using this to wipe my tears. I'm using this to wipe my tears. Why? What's up, friendo? Steve here. Welcome back to Wrestle Juice. Oh boy, the internet wrestling community is burning to the ground because last night, The Rock, the People's Champion, showed up and pissed all over Cody Rhodes' story. He said, Cody, get out your story. Let me see it really quick. And then he took out the People's Strudel or whatever he used to call it, and he just pee-peed all over it. Anyways, so yeah, last night on SmackDown, the Cody Rhodes came out to make his decision about who he's going to face at WrestleMania. And given Seth Rollins' weak pitch on Monday, we all kind of figured, yeah, it's going to be Roman. Of course, it's going to be Roman. And then he came out and he was like, hey, Roman, have I got some news for you? I'm changing my story, and now it has something to do with me not being at WrestleMania to take your title, and instead Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Black Adam, is going to take your title from you instead. And then The Rock comes out and he gives Cody like a hug and he whispers something to him, probably like, fuck your story. And then Cody leaves, and then we have a little confrontation between The Rock and Roman Reigns. Nothing really happened beyond there. But then it was sort of officially announced that we're getting The Rock versus the Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Night 2. Oh, wow. Let me tell you, number one, first, as a content creator, speaking for myself in the situation I'm in, it's kind of nice to be talking about this and not other stuff. But number two, of course, the internet sort of started melting down over this. And in fact, I took a look at this because I was like, wait a second. Somebody on Twitter, I think it was WrestleOps or something like that, posted that the video clip of Rock versus Roman Reigns, the confrontation, the entire clip was an 18-minute long clip that WWE posted, and 15 minutes of it is entrances. It's like it's at 200, and right now it's at over 300,000 dislikes compared to like 80,000 likes. So it's quickly becoming WWE, or it is WWE's most disliked video of all time. And at first I was like, I thought they took dislikes away, but apparently there's a Chrome extension you can get that you can look at the dislikes. And it was pretty eye-opening. Anyways, so there's a tremendous backlash against this idea. I mean, you can't tell anybody that to the people in the arena last night because they overwhelmingly were into the idea. But it's The Rock. He's a special occasion guy. He shows up and everything's really cool. And it's like, wow, that's great. And so I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this. I'm still trying to formulate my opinion. Luckily, I've got until Monday because that's when we do our big podcast. And I'm sure me and Larson will have a lot to talk about on the podcast. But this is Wrestle Juice. And one thing that I love to do here at Wrestle Juice is hear what you guys have to say. And maybe we'll have something to talk about along the way while we're talking about all these hot takes. As I wear my Cody Rhodes outfit here. Look at my Cody Rhodes outfit. It's sleeveless, too. I took the sleeves off because I was going to play basketball in it. Anyways, I was going to channel the spirit of Cody Rhodes while I ball up Larson. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these hot takes right here because a lot of these I'm going to read and they make good points, and then I'm going to talk about them, and that's how we'll sort of, get the meat of the video here, right? Right. So Jaden Sin says, I hate it. Really hoping this is a huge misdirect for a Daniel Bryan WrestleMania 30 type situation. So I've got bad news. It's probably not. By all indications, this is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson having become the new face of TKO Holdings, coming in and being like, well, I kind of think that Brock Lesnar is a draw, which I don't really think he is. And CM Punk is a draw. I think he is. And we've lost both of them, so we need to boost the rest of this card, which I kind of think is bullshit. And to be honest with you, it kind of feels like the same shit he pulled with the DC Universe, where he was like, hey, I'm going to take over the DC Universe, and I'm going to do it as Black Adam, a fourth-tier villain of Shazam's. And then he didn't even bother to do a thing with Shazam. And then Warner Brothers just took away the DC from him and gave it over to James Gunn, which is probably a good idea because nobody wants to see Black Adam as the main character of the DC universe, although he was going to bring back Henry Cavill, so that was actually kind of cool. Anyways, getting back to Jaden Sin here. So I hope this is a big misdirect for Daniel Bryan. I don't think that it's an intentional creative decision to make Cody Rhodes more popular by bringing in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But it's totally going to make Cody Rhodes more popular by bringing in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Think about this. This is actually kind of crazy because this is totally a Daniel Bryan situation, and it's one that maybe Triple H is savvy enough, who, by the way, I'm reluctant to say poor guy necessarily, because like he's, but poor Triple H, right? Like as soon as he wrests control from the evil Vince McMahon of creative, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Brian Gewirtz walk in and are like, nah, we're going to do this now. Anyways, so Triple H was there. He's the guy who put Daniel Bryan over. He's the guy who brought Batista in and saw everybody booed the shit out of Batista. And then he's the guy who probably was hand in hand orchestrating Daniel Bryan's entire WrestleMania 30 experience. He's got to know that when you bring The Rock in, people are going to be like the fans who were there watching every single week are going to be kind of pissed off. And it's going to make Cody look like exactly what they don't want him to look like. The guy who's just being shoved down our throats. The guy who's being fed to us the foregone conclusion. We all know. He pointed to the damn sign. He pointed to Roman Reigns. We all know that Cody is the guy that's going to beat Roman. It's just not going to happen at WrestleMania. Unless The Rock politics to get that. What if The Rock politics his way into the title and then decides, maybe at SummerSlam I'll lose it back to Roman and then they can do Cody at some point. Ooh, that could be the case too. But that's the thing about this. It's going to make Cody Rhodes more popular because when you take something away from people that they really want to see, they get pissed off and they want to see it even more, and they don't shut the fuck up until they see it. That's how this shit works. And that's what they've stumbled themselves into. Unless they know that that's the case, which I don't really think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is savvy enough to know this. He's had enough failures for him to maybe, you would think, understand that, shoving my way into situations is probably not the best way to go. Look, he is a massive Hollywood star. From a business perspective, this makes all the sense in the world. It really does, as I hit my microphone. It makes all the sense in the world from a business perspective. Absolutely. I don't really go to movies because of the business aspect of things. Usually I like to go to smaller theaters and watch little weird art films like, I don't know, what was that Willem Dafoe movie, The Lighthouse? Oh my God, that was a weird movie, but it was awesome. It was the last movie me and Lacey saw before pandemic. My mom's texting me right now. So is this a creative misdirect? I don't think so. Could they pivot when they realize that this is not a great situation for the fans who are there all the time? Maybe they would. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, let's go to the next one here. This is going to be interesting, though. Coach Art says, perfect smokescreen to make us forget about Vince, nothing else. That's sort of being reported, too, I think, by Wrestling Observer, that, the idea is, we got all this bad Vince news. You don't compound bad Vince news with more bad news, though. I don't really think it's the case. I really don't. I mean, it's a big spectacle, but then you're sort of pissing off your fan base. They gotta be savvy enough to know. Triple H has got to be savvy enough to know that. Jack Conneria says, Cody is Daniel Bryan and The Rock's going to get bootisted so hard. That's another question. Will The Rock get bootisted? I kind of feel like no, it's The Rock. No matter what you think sitting at home, people sitting in the arenas are not going to boo The Rock. Now, are they going to start chanting Cody? And if they do, how is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson going to respond to that? Roman's just probably sitting back like, hey, look, fine. You want me to beat the Hogan record reign, whatever? Cool, I'll do that, whatever. So I don't know. I wonder what Roman Reigns' actual thoughts on this are. He's probably like, yeah, it's all right. We'll figure it out. Irish Insight says, Cody's been made to look really foolish, and that's not okay. As for the match itself, Roman should wipe him out in 2 minutes a la Goldberg Brock in 2016. They're not going to do that. I mean, God, The Rock, I hope he just doesn't get injured. He's bulky. He is very muscular. And hopefully they maybe they do a catch match, a catch wrestling match. So Rock doesn't get injured doing all this shit. Because you don't want to, he cannot do a leapfrog. Don't do a leapfrog because you're going to end up with a Shane McMahon situation and then Snoop Dogg is going to finish the story. So, yeah, I don't know. In terms of Cody being made to look really foolish, I get the sentiment. I do. And I'm not being naive here by saying it's not weird, creatively speaking. It is weird, creatively speaking. That being said, I am kind of curious to see what Seth has to say for himself next. I feel like there is a promo where he can, I don't know, retcon this to make it not look so foolish. Like, why would you just won the Rumble, you point at Roman Reigns. Why are you didn't point at him to be like, hey, I'm going to get The Rock out here. So I'm hoping that they're able to write a decent promo for him not to come off like kind of an idiot for just giving up his spot at WrestleMania. I've seen it been suggested, because he pointed out the Madison Square Garden thing. I've seen it be suggested that, he should win it. I think it was an idea Larson had a while ago. He should win it at Madison Square Garden. What if they do some special event? WWE prevents finish the story at Madison Square Garden, where it's kind of obvious. And then Cody just goes in there and he beats Roman, after all this. I think that'd be kind of cool, to be honest with you. If he cares more about the legacy of his dad at Madison Square Garden than he does about like the pageantry, I should say, of WrestleMania. I kind of like that as an idea, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know. Tyner Lott says, I'm kind of disappointed that Rock politics his way to main event. I thought we're past these dark times. Him versus Roman match can just as well be without the title for the head of the table acknowledgement. I'm just sad. Hey, it's okay, man. It's just wrestling. It's all stories, and it's going to be fun to see how they get there without the crowd totally turning and shitting on this match, which, I don't know, remains to be seen. Again, it's The Rock. People generally like The Rock, and I feel like the promos are going to be really good. If Rock thinks he can come out, I saw this tweet the other day. Somebody was like, Rock's just going to come out. Rock's going to come out there and say, hey, Roman, you got a smelly asshole. And if that's going to be, if Rock's going to pull some low-hanging fruit on Roman Reigns, that's not going to work. If he's going to be like, shut up, bitch, that's not going to work on Roman Reigns. It's going to be a terrible story. You at least have to put some effort into the story. Rock is going to have to actually put some effort into his promos now. He can't just be coming out saying, shut up, bitch, and you smell and shit like that he does. Oh, Fruit Loops or whatever he did before with John Cena. Oh, my God. Rich Pearsall says, as a fan of coherent stories, I'm not a fan. As a fan of chaos, I cannot be more pleased. I can really appreciate this. I really can, because it was kind of funny to see all the Twitter reactions and the memes pop up last night. Deep Voice Dude says it's a business. Rock and Roman stare down was posted on ESPN, Bleacher Report, Barstool, etc. Roman versus Rock wouldn't have made waves outside of current wrestling fans. I don't like it. But at the same time, it recognizes the move for WWE to get positive mainstream attention. I kind of don't give a shit about that, to be honest with you. Like, I get it, and you're right. You're absolutely right. But like, I don't know. I don't go to stuff for that. Like, I don't go this movie right here. Like, I'm not gonna go check out, I don't know, There Will Be Blood and think to myself, man, they really should have cast Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the role that Daniel Day-Lewis took because it would do better box office. That's not how I think. I understand it, and you're right. That being said, I don't give a shit. And I think Rock versus Roman is an incredibly valid match, and I do hope that they put some effort into the promos. That being said, I don't really think of, like, that to me is not like a take that really resonates with me, because I don't give a shit about the business. I mean, I want it to be good, but it's already really good. I think Cody versus Rock would have been, Cody versus Roman would have been fine. I'm sure WWE has contacts at ESPN where they could have done that as well. And if anything, it just sort of makes The Rock look less than, because if you don't have the fandom really excited about this, then, like, I don't know, it just doesn't look good for anybody. And that was sort of the same thing with his stuff at DC. Like, the reason Black Adam bombed is because nobody's really excited about it. People really liked that first Shazam movie, and if Dwayne The Rock Johnson decided to do Black Adam in coordination with the Shazam movie, then that could have been kind of cool. But just to show up as like, oh, hey, I'm Black Adam. I don't know. I'm talking about superheroes right now. But yeah, I don't know. I get it. I understand. I just don't give a shit. I don't care about, like, oh, it's going to do so many more millions of dollars and it can get so many more eyeballs. Like, I just don't. I think that it's one of those things where clearly The Rock, Nick Khan, and Ari Emanuel just sort of don't understand what the creative aspect means to the people putting in the money. I mean, I guess the idea is WWE fans are going to put in their money regardless. We want to go after more than that, but it's going to sell out anyways. I don't know. Zoe Conrana says, ain't no way Rock's going to be in ring shape for this match of Mania. Is going to be ass. He's tearing all the muscles off the bone. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, dude. I don't know. There's any way Rock gets out of this match without a couple of muscles just flying off the bone, but maybe I'll be wrong about that. I hope that's not the case. Anyways, that's going to do it for this Hot Takes. Thanks everybody for you know what, man, I hope that the community thread for Hot Takes for moments like this, I hope it provides the friendos, the wrestle juicers, with just an outlet to sort of, get it out. And sometimes talking it out is the best medicine. And hey, it's okay. It's just wrestling, and we're in for a ride, people. We'll see you around.